Hello, welcome to CloudMe. In this video, we are going to install WordPress with AWS EC2 and AWS RDS. Let's go ahead without any delay. First, you need to open your AWS console. Then search for the service RDS and select the first option. Then you will be redirected to the dashboard of RDS. In that, select the create database. Now let's go through the configurations. I'm going to select MySQL as I'm going to use that. Then I'm selecting free tier because it will be free of cost. Let's give something in the DB instance identifier. I'm going to give WordPress DB. As you can see, the master username will be admin, and I'm going to click on the auto generate password so that we don't need to worry about the password. The selected class is dbt3.micro. It is a lower spec class. In the storage, I'm not going to do anything. The connectivity side, there is something we need to do. I'm selecting the default VPC and enabling the public access by selecting yes. And I'm going to create a new security group for this. Let's name it something. I'm going to give WordPress DBSG. Let's leave the rest as it is, no need to do anything. You can see the cost here. Okay, create database. It's going to take quite a few minutes. Ignore this is not a relevant one. In the meantime, you can copy the credentials. You can see a pop-up there. Let's click on the view credentials. Okay, here is my password. I'm copying that. Just saving this to my note. We need to wait for a few more minutes to complete this database creation. So I will be pausing this video for some minutes to get this DB created. As you can see, the status is available now. Also, the successfully created database WordPress DB notification is there. Let's click on the DB identifier. This endpoint is the most important thing with this AWS RDS. We need to copy this and keep it. I'm adding this to my note. You will come across with this note many times in this video, as I'm considering this as a base for the video. All the requirement for WordPress installation will be in this note, and I will be sharing this note with you in the description. Okay, let's come back to the console. Let's check the inbound rule of this RDS instance. Go to the security groups, click on the security group ID, and you can find the inbound rule here. You can find the source in the right side. It's just an IP. Only this IP will be allowed to access the DB instance. We need to change that. I'm going to change it to anywhere IPv4. So every IP will be able to access the DB instance. Let's go on with creating the EC2 instance. Click on the instances and launch instances. Just give some name. I'm going to give WordPress. You can select whichever OS you are comfortable with. There are many OS available here. I'm going to choose Ubuntu because I'm used to that. So you can select the instance type as well. T2.micro will be under the free tier, so I'm going to choose that. You can get the higher specs as well. In the key pair, I'm going to create a new key pair. With this key pair, you will be able to SSH to the server. You need to keep it safe. One file will be downloaded after this. Moving ahead with the network settings, we will be creating a new security group. Already SSH traffic from anywhere is allowed. We will require this HTTP traffic as well because we are going to install a web server and it is going to use the port 80. Rest I am going to leave as it is because that doesn't need any changes or input from our end. Just click on the launch instance. It will create a new instance. Let's wait for some seconds. Okay, the instance has been created. Click on the instance ID. The connect button will not be available as the instance state is still pending. We need to wait. It's still pending. Okay, it's running now. We will connect to the instance now. Click on the connect. Select EC2 instance connect. Then click on connect. It will create a shell inside the console itself. As you can see, we are now connected to the server as Ubuntu user. We can perform the commands here. I will just do a few. This is one of many ways which we can use to access the server. I will be using the Ubuntu Terminal to access the server using the pen key which we have downloaded from the AWS console. Let's go to Ubuntu Terminal. This is my terminal. Let's just list that. You can see the WordPress.pem file here. This is the same file which we have downloaded from the AWS console. Here the key pair. Yeah, okay, come back to the terminal. Let's just check the permission. Okay, now it is having 644 permission. We need to change it to 400. For that, chmod 400 wordpress.com. Yes, the permission has been changed. Now let's try to access the server. For that, ssh-i wordpress.com. Ubuntu will be the default user. Ubuntu at. We need the public IP now. Let's just copy that from the AWS console. Okay, here it is. I'm copying that. Paste it here and enter. You can see that we are now logged into the server as Ubuntu user. Let's execute a few commands. Yes, it's working. I'm going to switch as root because I can't always use the sudo. Let's go to the node. We can start from the beginning. Yes, we need to update and upgrade the server. It is going to take some minutes. You can see that it is updating the packages, repos. Yes, it has been done. Just click on OK. Now I am going to install Apache 2. That has also been done. Let's just start and enable the service. Now let's disable the default Apache 2 welcome page. Reload the Apache 2 service to make the changes reflect. Now install the PHP. apt install PHP. Installation is in progress. PHP has been installed. We can check the version now. PHP -v. As we can see, it's PHP 8.1. Let's refer the node. Okay, next we need some PHP modules to support the WordPress. Execute the same. The modules has been installed. Let's go back to the nodes again. Okay, now we need a virtual host file for the WordPress. Let's create a new virtual host. /etc/apache2/sites available. Let's give a name. I'm going to give WordPress.conf. And just paste the contents. Seems like some errors in the header. Okay, an R is missing. Let's correct it. Virtual host. Yes, save the file and exit. Now enable the virtual host we created. Head to inside WordPress.conf. Go back to the node. Okay, we need to enable the rewrite module. Before that, I will complete this node, add the missing elements. We can enable the rewrite module now. Let's install MySQL. Just the client will be fine. No need of the server. We will now try to access the RDS database. MySQL -h and the endpoint of our RDS database. Let's get that from the RDS console. Yes, copy the endpoint, paste it here, then -u, and our user is admin, then -p for password. Password is in our notes. Let's go there and copy that. Here it is, just copy that and paste it here. Click on enter. Yes, you are inside the database now. I'm trying one command. Yes, it is showing the database. Now we can create the necessary user and database for WordPress. Let's create the database first. Copy the command from the notes, paste it here and click on enter. The database has been created now. Now let's create the user. That's an error. I tried to grant the privilege without creating the user. Okay, let's create the user first. Okay, it's correct now. Paste it and enter. Yes, the user has been created. Now grant privileges to user and flush privileges and exit. Let's try accessing the DB with the newly created user, WordPress user. Change the username alone. WordPress user and give the password. Click on enter and you can see we are able to access the database. Execute the command. Yes, our database is there, WordPress. Get back to the notes. Okay, next we need to get the files and configurations for the WordPress. This will download a tar file. We are going to download it to the temp file /tmp and execute the command. Because it will be downloading a tar file. We need to untar that. You can see the file there. We need to untar that now. We are going to use tar -xz command and the file name. Let's check, and you can see the WordPress folder there. Yes, it's there. Now create a new HT access. Okay, now we need to rename the wp config file. It will be named as sample in the original folder. We need to rename it to wp-config.php. That has been done. Create a new folder, then copying all those from temp, and we are going to get this to our document root. Yes, we need to change the owner now so that it will be able to load from Apache 2. For changing the owner, user and group, we are using chown. Then changing the permissions of directories and files. The D here denotes directories. And the F4 files. Okay, this is one of the important steps. You will get the keys here. Copy the keys. We need to change the values in the wp-config.php file. In WordPress /wp-config. .php. Change the values in the file. You can see that. Clear all those and paste our new content. Insert the new content, save and exit. Now let's give the database values. Yes, here we need to, in the define DB name, we need to give our database name. It is WordPress. And our user is WordPress user. Clear the value and give WordPress user. And the DB password is password itself. And the localhost, we need to change it to the RDS endpoint. It is there in my clipboard somewhere. Okay, here it is. Paste that. Then save and exit. No need to change anything. It's all done, I guess. Reload the Apache 2. Better restart. We have got some errors. Let's troubleshoot. It's an error with the virtual host, I guess. Let's test the syntax. Apache 2 -d. Yes, there is an error. Let's go to the virtual host file. /etc/apache2/sites available /wordpress.com. Okay, the directory doesn't seem to be in line. This is not the error. I just want to make it look good, that's why. Okay, the actual error is here. It requires a space here. Okay, I have done that and saved. Okay, let's ignore the error and restart the Apache 2. Yes, restart is done. Now load the site with the public IP. Copy the public IP and load it. Okay, there is something more we need to do. I guess the PHP MySQL module is missing. We can install it again. Go to the terminal. apt install php-mysql. Enter. It's done. Restart the Apache service. Let's try now. Yes, it's loading. You can see this. Select the language which you want I'm selecting English. Continue. I'm just giving some random names. Confirm use of weak password. Click on install WordPress. Okay, ignore all those. You can go to the login page and give the username and password. Both are test, and click on login, and you can see that we have logged into the WordPress dashboard. I hope this video will be able to guide you through the installation process of WordPress with AWS EC2 and RDS. If you guys have any doubts, please feel free to comment below. I will be replying you. Thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned for more updates.